Okay, today we'll be looking at the Ruger Super Redhawk. It's a very good gun. I love this gun. Probably my favorite pistol. I took a nice 8-point with this gun. It comes with the scope rings. I'm more of an iron sights fan. So today we'll look at disassembly, reassembly. If you want to hone the trigger, I'll show you my opinion as to what works. Once again, I'm not a gunsmith, nothing like that. So if you injure yourself while doing something you've seen me do, I'm not liable. Once again, make sure the gun, any gun you work on, is unloaded. You know, don't be a statistic of that happening. So, all right, step one: remove your grip screw. I've already loosened this, and then just remove the rosewood grip. Now, we'll flip it over. This side's the important side, the left side. To remove your grip. You also see this little copper piece right here. Very, very important piece. Push or pull this through. It's just an aluminum bushing, you know, to hold the grip on. Get your copper piece. If you lose that, you can use a nail, you know, a brad or a finish nail, whatever. But I like to keep up with it. Alright, remove the rubber. There you go. Now, go ahead and cock the hammer. As you'll see, the hammer strut comes down, giving you a perfectly little hole to put this little piece of copper through. How perfect. Now, slowly let the trigger down. Ta-da. Here is your hammer strut. Okay, now, easiest way to remember which way this goes in, the feet of the base go toward the trigger. Okay, remember that. So, set that to the side. Now, I'm going to get a little bore light here, see if I can help you out. You'll have to take a screwdriver right through the cut in this frame and push down on this little plunger here. When you do that, you will pull down on this whole trigger guard and this whole piece will separate. So let's get us a little screwdriver here. See if I can do this for you. Once again, through the frame onto the little plunger and push down. Now, you see how it's separated? Just grab the trigger guard. Go ahead and pull it on down towards you. You're wanting it to pivot, okay? This front will stay locked in. Let it pivot out. And then, there you go. There's your guts. Now, flip it over. Pull up on this pin. And your gun will spit out the hammer. So, now you can remove your cylinder. Just pop it open, slide it out. Now you have your frame for cleaning. And this also allows you to get to all the little spots that you really want to. So, now reassembly. We're just gonna, this gun's okay. I'm not gonna clean it or anything. A few little notes you want to pay attention to. I don't mess around with this too much. There's no reason to. This gun's relatively new. If for chance you're messing around and a little arm falls out and you're like, oh Jesus, where does it go? Very simple. It's got a little, you know, it fits in there. That's where it goes. The other one does the same way, but it has a little plunger tube coming from in here that holds it into place. So it's a little more aggravating to put in. Now, what I chose to do with mine, I removed both arms. I took my stone, my Arkansas stone, put oil on it, and I polished this sear right here. And by doing so, I accidentally, not only did I decrease the trigger pull, but you know, sometimes happy accidents happen, to quote Bob Ross. I accidentally put a 2-stage trigger on this gun, kind of. You can pull it, and you'll feel a little click, and then it's a nothing, and it goes. So I'm really impressed with that. Wasn't really meaning to, was just trying to polish it there. So judge me if you will, but it turned out great. Now, reassembly. Okay. close-up of that sear for you. Now I pulled the trigger back, and that way I could access it. You can see it there, right here. You want to make sure this edge of it's real polished and nice and smooth. Once again, I would never recommend a file. A stone is all that is ever required. So, okay, we put our cylinder back in. There we go. This will go in. I choose to put the trigger or the hammer in last. You'll see the notch right here for the front of your trigger group. So, get it started in. Maneuver your little arms till they want to go, like so. Now, just push on the back. It clicks into place. Voila, never know it was not there. Now, what I like to do, it's a pain to line the trigger up like this. You'll line it up like this, you can put the pin in it, and it's all locked up. So what I like to do, pull the trigger, that way the hammer is rotated back, and then put your pin in from the back side. Like so. Now you can go ahead and do a test of it. That's great. You know, the hammer won't fall forward because, you know, our strut's off. So, once again, take your strut, feet towards the trigger, slide it up in there. Let the little feet sit on that cut in the frame. Cock your hammer, exposing the hole, removing the copper. Let the hammer down nicely. Right here's a good time to check your trigger job. Like I said, mine, you can squeeze it, and there's a click right there. Click, click, and then it's just it's really nice. I measured it out at 3.6. Love the gun. Absolutely love it. Okay, then comes your rubber. Very simple. Be sure to put your copper piece back in. It's a lifesaver. One grip. Aluminum bushing. Kind of center it up. Last grip. Very, very simple to disassemble, yet so amazing. I mean, what an absolute great gun. I chose the Super Redhawk over the Super Blackhawk because the Super Redhawk has a thicker barrel, and you know, if you're going to go big, so it is completely safe to fire, to dry fire these according to the manual. This is that little arm I told you about, comes off real easy. You know, it kind of guards the firing pin. So, but there you have it. Ruger Super Redhawk, disassembly, reassembly, and options for trigger easement. Hope you enjoyed, and happy shooting.